Hey, horror fans! Once again, it is me, the Horror Mizamani G. Yes, now that I've done talking about my top 10 worst horror films of 2025, it is now time to talk about the top 10 best horror films of 2025.
Y'all ready for this?
Hey, horror fans! Once again, it is me, the Horror Mizamani G. So, if you have not seen my top 10 worst horror films of 2025, I'll have a card up there so you can take a look at it up there right now. But now that the bad news is gone, let's go over the top 10 best horror films of the year. Ha 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 ha. Now, before we begin, I really wanted to put this on my top 10 best films of the year, but for some reason, because there were a lot of good decent horror films, I could not really put this on there, and that's Good Boy. I really loved that particular film. Actually, I love Indy. I thought they did a fantastic job of how to use his facial expressions in the film. It's basically about it's a horror film shown from the point of view of Indy, the dog. I believe he is the director's dog, and he was using that particular one. He did a fantastic job. The story was a little okay. It's not, nothing really exciting or anything new in there, but mainly because of how well the dog performed in the film and how cute the dog was and his facial expressions and how he really tried to look out for his master. And I really did love that particular film, but I couldn't put it in my top 10. So one of my recommendations is Good Boy. All right, let's go on ahead and begin our top 10 best horror films. Starting with number 10, we're going to go with Final Destination Bloodlines. Now, obviously, this was the final film for Tony Todd. His character was in this film for the last time. So it's a very touching and very dramatic scene. Almost everyone cried in the movie theater. When I went to go see it, I almost cried because his performance was a final goodbye, not just for his character, but it felt like he was talking to everyone who has enjoyed him and everything he has done for the horror community. So that's the one thing I want to say. So once again, rest in peace, Tony Todd. We're going to miss you a lot. But the film itself was fantastic. Sort of a return to what we've seen before in this particular franchise before. Some very good and crazy, weird death scenes that take place. So coming in at number 10 is Final Destination Bloodlines. Coming in at number 9, it is Dave Franco and Allison Williams, the true married couple, in Together. Now, this was a kind of a weird and very crazy body horror film. You have this couple played by Dave Franco and Allison Williams. They're a married couple. In this one, they play boyfriend and girlfriend. They decide to go on ahead, move in this idyllic place. Obviously, they're still having some issues. She takes a teaching job. He seems to be a struggling musician. And then when they decide to tour the backyard, they come into this well and they drink the water. And let's just say insanity ensues when it's become for this particular movie. There's some decent body horror that comes in this particular film, but it's mainly the performances of Dave Franco and Allison Williams that really drive this film. So coming in at number 9 is Together. Coming in number 8 is Black Phone 2. Yes, the grabber is back. Almost like as a Freddy Krueger-esque villain this time before, because we all know in the first one, Finney killed the grabber. We really don't know his name. But this film is more of his sister, Gwen, as he seems to be the target of the grabber's attention, and he wants to obviously get revenge for what Finney did to him. But Mason Thames and Madeline McGraw, they're really good in this particular film. Their chemistry is great, but Madeline McGraw's character in this particular film is excellent. Obviously, Ethan Hawke, he's even more menacing in this particular film as he was in the first Black Phone. I really did enjoy this particular film. Yeah, a lot of Freddy Krueger-esque things that happen in this particular film, but I really did enjoy it. So coming in at number 8 is Black Phone 2. Coming in at number 7, it is Companion. Now, obviously, a lot of people did not like the fact that the supposedly twist that takes place in this particular film actually gets revealed in the not just the trailer but in the poster. We see Sophie Thatcher's eyes become milk white, but I already knew that she was not a human being in this particular film. But it didn't take away my enjoyment of the film, mainly because of Sophie Thatcher's performance in this particular film. I obviously really enjoyed her in Yellow Jacket. She's a fantastic in that, and she's definitely great in this one. I think this is her best performance of all time. A different type of cast against type when it comes to Jack Quaid's character in this particular film, because normally he plays the nice guy. We saw that in Novocaine and some of the other shows, obviously the boys that he stars in. So here he seems to be a nice guy, but as the film goes on, his character becomes more scrupulous and to the point where this guy is a total asshole. Yeah. So I really did enjoy this particular film. Coming at number seven is Companion. Coming at number six is Guillermo del Toro's version of Mary Shelley's Frankenstein, which I will call Frankenstein 2025. Now, I really did love the set pieces in this particular film. Very gothic looking, especially Frankenstein's tower, where he actually creates the monster. I thought Oscar Isaac did a great job as Victor Frankenstein. Mia Goth is pretty good in her particular role. Kind of plays a little different role as Lady Elizabeth, as we know from other versions of Frankenstein in the novel. She's not actually Victor's wife. She's is going to be his brother, his sister-in-law, because she's marrying his brother. And I really did love Jacob Elordi's performance as the monster. I was a little bit disappointed in the design of Frankenstein. I expected it to be a little bit more creepier. For me, I felt something was missing, as I said in the reviews, but it's still a gorgeous film to look at. Coming at number six is Frankenstein 2025. So coming in at number five, it's from the guys that brought us Talk to Me. They now made another horror film. This one is called Bring Her Back. It's a very weird and crazy film. It basically stars these two step siblings, one named Andy, the other one named Piper. After their father dies, they are brought back into the foster care. They're put in foster care and they go live with this very eccentric lady named Laura, played by veteran actress Sally Hawkins. Now, everything seems fine until we get to meet another foster child that she's taking care of named Oliver. But Oliver seems to be a weird boy. And then Sally Hawkins seems to be doing a lot of weird stuff. She's paying more attention to Piper than she is to Andy. And then there are certain reasons why she's doing this. A lot of weird and crazy stuff and a lot of disturbing things happen in this particular film, especially when it comes to Oliver. I won't say much because I don't want to ruin it, but if you've seen the film, you know what I'm talking about. I truly did love this film, and the guys that did Talk to Me have once again done a fantastic job. So coming in at number five is Bring Her Back. Coming in at number four, yes, it's Predator Badlands. Yes, Dan Trachtenberg, who has done a fantastic job since taking over the Predator series with Prey, and then earlier this year, the animated Predator Killers and Killers comes back with Predator Badlands and does a very decent job in creating a new aspect when it comes to the Predator franchise and the Predator species. As we get to see a predator named Dex, who is a runt of his clan, goes to this very dangerous planet in order to hunt this very unhuntable, unkillable creature. Hopefully, that he can go on ahead and improve, get his father's blessing and be part of the clan as what they call blooded, or that way he is cloak. Ellie Fanning co-stars as a synthetic, so we got a lot of stuff from the Alien franchise here. Thought this was a fantastic inclusion and another great way of bringing back was everyone thought was a dead franchise when it came to the Predator. We don't want to even talk about that. Fantastic action scenes, fantastic fighting scenes. I love the design of Dex. I also like the design of the monster that he's hunting. Very fantastic film. So coming in at number four is Predator Badlands. Now, the next three films, I'll say this, the next two films, because I'm pretty sure most everyone knows what my number one horror film will be. But we'll get to that. But trying to put this film and the next film was very difficult for me because I enjoyed both these films. But I decided to go with number three, The Long Walk. This is based on the Stephen King novel of the same name. Obviously, it has Mark Hamill is starring as he stars as the general. We also have Cooper Hoff, who is Philip Senior Hoffman's son. He's in this particular film. We have David Johnson. We remember him from Alien Romulus. He's in this film right here. Basically, The Long Walk is a dystopian film where you get 50 kids all decide to volunteer to go on this walk from a totalitarian government, and basically they just have to walk and walk and walk and walk. If they stop for any time more than 3 minutes, they get their ticket punched. And if you know what I mean, yeah, so this was a very emotional, very disturbing film, especially what happened to some of the men. Well, unfortunately, they cannot make it. They get their ticket punch. What really makes this film fascinating is we know that the fact that these men know that most of them not going to make it, but they all decide all become great friends. There's a lot of camaraderie between the people in this contest. Once again, Mark Hamill proves that he can play a bad guy very well because his character, the general, is a very, very disturbing and very vicious man. In this particular film, like I said, Cooper Hoffman and David Johnson are very well. They have great chemistry together. If you have read the book, you know that this film is a little bit different when it comes to the ending of this particular film, but it still has the same emotional punch and more other disturbing scenes. So coming at number three is The Long Walk. Coming at number two is Zach Weber's Weapons, and boy, did enjoy this particular film. It tells the story a little non-linear. It actually shows us certain characters' perspectives, whether it's Julie Harker's character, not Julie Harker, yeah, Julie Gardner's perspective, or Josh Brolin's perspective, or even Benedict Wong's perspective. As basically, the film starts off when we see all these kids running really weird from this one particular class, and no one doesn't know what happens to them, and we get to see the aftermath of that particular film. Now, obviously, we have Amy Magdalene, who is starting to get a lot of praise for her performance as Aunt Gladys, and she is now becoming the next horror icon for what she does in this particular film. And I wouldn't be surprised because we are hearing rumors that they might be a prequel that shows who Aunt Gladys really is. And that would be pretty interesting. The story was great. Zach Rigger's direction was great. Really loved this particular film. And like I said before, some very disturbing scenes that happened in this particular film, but I really did enjoy it. So coming in at number two is Weapons. Now, obviously, and I'm pretty sure this film will probably be on some other people's number one list. There's no doubt about it. It's Sinners. You know, when this film came out earlier this year, and I said right after I see it, not only is this the best horror film of 2025, but it's the best overall film of 2025. Ryan Coogler, fantastic direction. Michael B. Jordan, great performances playing Smoke and Stack. Some great songs in this particular film. I can't remember the guy who did the music in this particular film. This film is getting a lot of praise. It's been nominated for Best Film, Best Actor, Best Supporting Actor from the Critics' Choice Awards, and from the Golden Globes. I'm pretty sure that it wouldn't surprise me if this film gets some Oscar nominations. So it's very great that we're now seeing horror films get the respect that they deserve with this film and also with Weapons. That we're now seeing a lot of people might get nominations. Abby Magdalene might be nominated for an Oscar for her performances on Gladys for Weapons. Obviously, hopefully, Will might get some more awards when for this particular film. But you really cannot get a better film when it comes to Sinners, even though it's a horror film. But like I said, it's more of a horror film. The way Ziegler wrote this particular film, or how well he directed it, the characters, whether it's Smoke or Stackhouse, whether it's Haley Stanfield, whether it's Miles Canton or Leroy Delroy. I mean, everyone's just great. It's just a great film. A film such as Sinners shows that there's still an opportunity for Hollywood to come up with an original idea, and not only did it work, everyone praises it. It actually did good in the box office, and I'm looking forward to see this film reap the awards when it comes to the Critics' Choice Awards, the Golden Globes, and of course the Oscars. So obviously, my number one film of 2025 is Sinners. So there you have it, guys. That is my top 10 best horror films of the year. Like I said before, had a great year for horror. Some very fantastic horror films or overall films overall when it comes to Sinners and Weapons and The Long Walk. And I'm looking forward to see what we have coming out for 2026. Obviously, what is your top 10 favorite best films of the year? Do you agree with me that it's Sinners, or if you have a different number one horror film? Leave your comments in the comment section below and tell me what are your top 10 best horror films of the year. And there you have it, guys. That is my video for today. Hope you did enjoy. If you did, please give me a thumbs up, like, and share. It really helps out with that YouTube algorithm. Also, if you're new here, please hit that subscribe button, ring that notification bell. That way, we notify any when I put up new videos such as this one. Once again, my name is Lamont Smith, better known as the Horror Miser Monty G, and always remember horror rules. And once again, ladies and gentlemen, please have a safe and happy Christmas, and I'll see you in the next video, and please stay safe out there.